Something I always love about the Sami Zayn and Bloodline storylines is that they always find new ways to give it legs, especially with Sami coming out and putting his ego aside in order to give flowers and love to Jey Uso. Because keep in mind, these guys have been fucking through war together, and at first, Jey Uso did not want Sami Zayn in the Bloodline. And Sami Zayn kind of weaseled his way in, but he really did because, yo, I see you guys got something special, and I want to be a part of that. How can I help? I'll help in any way I can. He won everyone over, especially Jimmy Uso, and he won everyone over slowly, even Roman Reigns, even the wise man, but not Jey Uso. And Jey Uso was very adamant about not wanting him in there, not trusting him. And he's not wrong because Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, made him the right-hand man. We doing all this villainous shit for our family. You keep talking about our family and everything, and I've become this person for family. You're gonna let this outsider in? Fuck that. But in seeing Sami Zayn choose them over Kevin Owens at War Games, oh, that was it. That was the proof that Jey needed, and then he accepted him in. And Sami Zayn was such a great example of found family as well as someone being an ally. Sami proved himself, and he did so continuously. And it's funny because he was always the one pulling folks back from going too far when they were stomping people out. And when the wise man accuses him of being a traitor and they have a whole trial for it, Sami Zayn's like, I don't have any defense, man. Like, I done did all this shit for y'all. If you still can't see that, whatever. And right before he gets that Samoan spike from Solo, Jey Uso stands up for him. And Jey Uso, who had been abused by Roman Reigns for like, oh Jesus, so many years now with this whole bloodline thing, he saw someone for who they are in Sami Zayn. And he's like, yo, this guy took a bullet for us. We didn't have to do that. He took a bullet for you. My man damn near bulletproof. And he's seeing him as a brother, which Jimmy Uso then took offense to. Because when they were damn near about to end Kevin Owens' career, my man was fucking handcuffed to the ropes and he was getting chair shots and super kicks, and they handed to Sami Zayn to do it. He doesn't do it. And it was the only thing that was stopping him from being presented with the flower necklace to get him into the bloodline. This was his last test, but there was always another test. Kevin Owens was done, and he didn't do it. And Roman sees this as a betrayal, but again, he was always the one that stopped him from crossing this line of going too far. And with that, Sami betrays Roman Reigns, and he looks at Jey Uso and apologizes as Jimmy Uso kicks his face off. And all the while, they gotta be on opposing sides, but Jey Uso's like, man, I don't even really want to be in this shit like that, but I don't have a choice. And it was beautiful to see them, like, you know, Jey Uso become the main event, Jey Uso on his own, and the bloodline has to gather again to get out this new bloodline. Well, they'll need Sami Zayn. And Jimmy Uso was against it, like, yo, he's not even family, man. You said that. And Jey Uso tells him, I was wrong. I love that because found family is such a thing. And this dude was doing so much for this family that wasn't even his own. And I love that Jey Uso recognized that and told his brother Jimmy, because remember, he was the one that was against Sami being there, but he tells his brother Jimmy, no, I was wrong. That is family. And then to see them reunite to take out that new bloodline, and okay, that war is done. What happens afterwards? They all went their ways away from Roman, but Jey and Sami always kept in touch with each other, and we saw them still interacting as Jey was climbing up in singles matches. And now Sami, who missed WrestleMania thanks to Kevin Owens, comes to the Raw after WrestleMania and sees Jey Uso has that world title now. A title that Sami Zayn has never had. A title that people constantly say he can't win the big one. And Sami tells Jey, hey, I didn't even want to be here because I wasn't on WrestleMania. You and I, we're of the same mindset. We're not sideline players. We got to be in the game on game day. But I couldn't leave because I had to be the first person to see you with that title and tell you, I am so proud of you. And I feel folks don't really, or maybe forget or aren't thinking of that part of Sami really having to just put his own feelings of the world title aside and congratulate this dude that's a brother to him. And he's getting choked up, and it almost looks like, oh God, we hope he's not going to turn, but he's choked up because he's so emotional and telling Jey like, yo, you earned this. You deserve this, and giving him his flowers. That shit means something. And then to see Jey's brother, Jimmy Uso, come out, such a beautiful moment because it's the three of them again. And they're laughing, they're celebrating, they're doing their handshakes, and they're doing Jey's music. It's so funny because the happiness these guys have for each other and respect for each other and how they consider each other family. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is alone, going through it with the wise man who has betrayed him, just like Cody Rhodes said he would. Just like Cody Rhodes said everybody would leave Roman, and they'd be leaving to do their own thing. And now Roman Reigns has become a tribal chief without a tribe, without a wise man. It'll be interesting to see how or if Roman congratulates Jey Uso, because it's gotta feel like that SpongeBob meme where instead of Squidward, it's Roman Reigns just inside watching Jay, Jimmy, and Sami Zayn just out here having the fucking time of their life. But again, I love that the Bloodline story has so many legs, but I also love that we get to see like men just congratulating each other, and that this wasn't a betrayal waiting to happen from Sami Zayn either. It's going to be interesting because at some point we're going to have to see maybe Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. That has to be coming down the line, and I hope that if it does or when it does, we don't see them take it to a place where they have to like become enemies in order to fight. I hope they can still have this like brotherly bond as they're fighting for a world title. But if it does come to that, I have complete faith in the way that they've been doing the Bloodline storylines that we're going to get something interesting out of it.